What if I told you that an old Lincoln wheat penny hiding in your pocket, coin jar, or a forgotten family collection could be worth far more than just 1 cent? Most people spend these coins without ever taking a closer look, but a handful of rare examples have surprised collectors with astonishing values because of their condition, unique minting errors, and fascinating history. Today, we're uncovering the truth about the famous 1946 and 1957 Lincoln wheat pennies, revealing the key details that serious collectors search for and showing you exactly what to look for before you accidentally spend a coin that could be the hidden treasure in your collection. Stay until the end. You might never look at an old penny the same way again. The coin number 1. Have you ever wondered whether an old penny sitting unnoticed inside a dusty coin jar could be hiding an incredible story? Millions of Americans have handled the 1946 Lincoln wheat penny without giving it a second thought. It looks ordinary, feels ordinary, and was once worth only a single cent. Yet for collectors, this tiny bronze coin represents much more than pocket change. It is a reminder of America's recovery after World War II, a symbol of history, and in a few exceptional cases, a coin that has attracted serious attention from collectors willing to pay remarkable amounts for the right example. Before you spend or ignore a 1946 wheat penny with no mint mark, stay with me until the end, because the details that separate an ordinary coin from a collectible one are often so small that many people overlook them completely. The story begins in 1946, a year filled with hope. The war had ended, American factories were returning to civilian production, and everyday life was slowly returning to normal. Coins once again flowed through banks, stores, and the pockets of millions of people. The Lincoln wheat penny, first introduced in 1909, continued to serve Americans in daily commerce. On the front appeared the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse displayed 2 elegant wheat ears surrounding the words 1 cent. This design had already become one of the most recognizable coins in American history. One detail that surprises many beginners is the meaning of a coin without a mint mark. A 1946 wheat penny with no mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. During that period, Philadelphia generally did not place a mint mark on 1-cent coins. This means the absence of a mint mark is not an error by itself. In fact, millions of these pennies were struck, making most surviving examples common. However, that does not mean every coin has the same value. Condition, eye appeal, and unusual minting errors can completely change how collectors view a coin. Imagine 2 people each holding a 1946 wheat penny. At first glance they appear identical, but one has been heavily worn after decades in circulation, while the other somehow remained almost untouched, preserving its original shine. To an experienced collector, those differences matter tremendously. Coins are graded according to their condition, and even a small improvement in preservation can make a dramatic difference in collector demand. A bright, sharply struck coin with original luster naturally attracts far more attention than one that has been damaged, cleaned, or heavily scratched. Collectors also examine every letter, every number, and every tiny design detail under magnification. They search for doubled letters, off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, and other mint errors that occurred during production. Although such errors are uncommon, they are part of what makes coin collecting exciting. A rare mint error transforms an everyday coin into something unusual, and unusual coins are exactly what many collectors spend years searching for. Another reason the 1946 wheat penny continues to fascinate collectors is its historical connection. Every coin passed through real hands during a remarkable period in American history. It may have traveled across busy city streets, small farming communities, military bases, neighborhood stores, or family businesses. Each scratch and mark tells part of a journey that has lasted for generations. While no one can know the exact path of a particular coin, imagining its travels adds a sense of mystery that few modern coins can match. Many people believe old automatically means valuable, but experienced numismatists know the truth is more complicated. Age alone does not determine value. Rarity, condition, collector demand, and authenticity all work together. That is why one old coin might be worth only a small amount, while another, from the same year, becomes highly desirable because of a rare production error or exceptional preservation. This is exactly why careful examination is so important before deciding whether a coin deserves closer attention. If you discover a 1946 wheat penny in your collection, begin by looking at the date, then check beneath the date for a mint mark. If there is no letter, it was struck in Philadelphia. Next, inspect the surfaces under good lighting. Look for unusually sharp details in Lincoln's hair, clear lettering, and the wheat ears on the reverse. Coins that still display strong detail often attract greater interest than heavily worn examples. Avoid cleaning the coin, because even gentle cleaning can reduce collector value by removing the original surface that experienced buyers prefer. Some collectors have made exciting discoveries simply because they decided to examine an old jar of coins instead of spending them. While most coins turned out to be ordinary, a few contained interesting varieties or impressive condition that made them stand out. These stories continue to inspire new collectors to search through inherited collections, old piggy banks, and forgotten boxes stored away for decades. Every search carries the possibility of finding something unexpected, even if genuine rarities remain uncommon. As the years passed, the Lincoln wheat penny became one of the most collected American coins ever produced. Its affordable price encouraged beginners, while its many dates, mint marks, and era varieties kept experienced collectors interested. Families often passed collections from one generation to the next, allowing children and grandchildren to continue the hobby. In many homes, the first coin collection ever started with a simple wheat penny. The excitement surrounding valuable coins has grown even stronger in recent years thanks to auctions, collector communities, and growing public interest. When an exceptionally preserved or genuinely rare era coin appears for sale, it reminds people that careful observation still matters. Although ordinary 1946 Philadelphia wheat pennies usually sell for modest amounts, the search for outstanding examples continues because collectors appreciate quality, rarity, and history all at once. So before you overlook that old penny, remember that every collectible coin begins as an ordinary coin in everyday circulation. Most will remain common, but a small number earn special attention because of their condition or unique characteristics. The real thrill comes not from believing every old penny is worth a fortune, but from learning how to recognize the few that truly stand apart. In the next part of this story, we'll explore the specific mint errors, collector secrets, grading techniques, and real auction examples that have made certain wheat pennies far more desirable than others. The coin number 2. Have you ever looked at an old penny and wondered if it could be hiding a story far greater than its tiny face value? Across the United States, millions of people have spent the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny without giving it a second thought. It is a coin that once bought almost nothing, yet today it continues to capture the imagination of collectors around the world. While most 1957 wheat pennies are common and worth only a modest amount, a few exceptional examples with outstanding condition or unusual mint errors have become highly desirable. Before you ignore that old penny in your collection, stay with me, because the smallest details can make the biggest difference. The story of the 1957 wheat penny begins during a fascinating period in American history. The United States was experiencing economic growth, families were moving into new neighborhoods, and businesses were thriving. Every day, millions of pennies left the mint and entered circulation, passing through grocery stores, restaurants, banks, and countless hands. The D mint mark beneath the date tells us the coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the busiest coin-producing facilities in the country. Although hundreds of millions were produced, collectors know that not every coin survives in the same condition. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing every old coin is valuable simply because of its age. In reality, collectors focus on rarity, condition, originality, and demand. A heavily worn 1957 wheat penny that spent decades in circulation usually has only a small collector premium. However, a coin that still displays brilliant original mint luster, sharp design details, and no signs of cleaning or damage can attract much stronger interest. Professional grading has shown that condition can make a dramatic difference in value, especially for coins that appear almost exactly as they did when they left the mint. The excitement grows even more when mint errors enter the picture. During the minting process, small mechanical mistakes sometimes occurred. Off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, repunched mint marks on certain issues, and other genuine mint-made varieties are all closely studied by collectors. These unusual coins are much harder to find than normal examples, which is why they often receive far more attention in the collector market. Finding a genuine mint error is uncommon, but it remains one of the most exciting parts of searching through old coins. Many beginners are surprised to learn that the famous 1957 double die variety is associated with Philadelphia coins that have no mint mark, not with the Denver D mint mark. Because of this, anyone examining a 1957 D penny should first confirm exactly what they have before assuming it is a famous rarity. Careful identification is always more important than exciting rumors. Knowledge is what separates an informed collector from someone who simply guesses. Another fascinating part of the 1957 D wheat penny is the history it carries. Every coin tells a silent story. It may have traveled through busy cities, quiet farming towns, family-owned businesses, or children's piggy banks. It may have been saved in a collection for decades or forgotten inside a jar until someone discovered it years later. That connection to American history is one of the reasons collectors continue searching for wheat pennies generation after generation. If you discover a 1957 D wheat penny, examine it carefully under good lighting. Check that the date is clear, the D mint mark is visible, and the lettering remains sharp. Look closely for anything unusual, such as missing design elements, dramatic strike errors, or other features that differ from a normal coin. Avoid cleaning the coin, even if it appears dark or dirty. Original surfaces are generally preferred by collectors, and cleaning can reduce a coin's desirability. Stories of valuable coins have inspired countless people to search through old collections. Sometimes the excitement comes from finding a rare variety. Other times it comes from discovering a coin preserved in exceptional condition. While most 1957 D wheat pennies will never sell for extraordinary prices, a truly outstanding example can still become an important addition to a collection because quality always attracts attention among serious numismatists. Greatest lesson behind the 1957 D wheat penny is that knowledge is often more valuable than luck. Instead of believing every old penny is a hidden fortune, experienced collectors study the details, compare examples, learn about grading, and understand the history behind each coin. That careful approach is what leads to genuine discoveries. The next time you find a 1957 D wheat penny, don't assume it is worthless, but don't assume it is priceless either. Take the time to examine it closely, appreciate the history it represents, and you might discover that the smallest coin in your collection has the most interesting story of all.